Today I thought we'd have a quick chat about these two hedge trimmers, the Ego STX5300-PA and the Stihl HLA 135K, both top of the range commercial battery powered pole hedge trimmers, with the Stihl being slightly shorter in the K version. They also do a non-K version which is a similar length to the Ego, so depending on what your needs are you might want both or one or the other. I like the length of the Stihl for the everyday stuff. It's just slightly more manageable, but then I like the length and the reach of the Ego sometimes when you need that extra little bit of reach. So the Ego is the newer kid on the block out of these two, and it's a carbon fiber shaft, as you can see here. Has a 530mm cutting blade as opposed to a 600mm on the Stihl. Both are articulated 135 degrees in 10 positions on the Ego. The Stihl doesn't actually tell me, I don't think, but we'll have a look at it in a second. We can compare them. Weights, you've got 5.4 on the Stihl without the battery, and you've got 4.8 on the Ego without the battery. So slightly lighter on the Ego, but then the battery is slightly heavier. This is the 5 amp hour. You'd probably want to put in the you'd probably want to run it with a 2.5, to be honest, just to keep the weight down. I've run it with the 5 most of the time because I haven't got any 2.5s, and it is pretty heavy. But then so is the Stihl when you put this is the AP300S, which you could run the smaller AP200s and still get very good runtime because the Hedgers don't use a lot of battery power, so you can bring the weights down if you're wise with your battery choices. But yeah, standard weights are, as I said, so 5.4 for the Stihl, 4.8 for the Ego without batteries. Stihl has the control similar to what we've seen on some of the previous models, the 135s. They're kind of gone a sort of standard way with these controls now. So I'll just pop the battery in first and then we'll have a look. So that slides in the top there and just clicks into place. To release it, you just pull those two edges, check the battery, press that, fully charged. Still has the built-in Bluetooth module. I believe it's built-in, pretty sure, built-in. Vents on the bottom here to keep everything cool. This is all plasticky, kind of, you know, standard Stihl plastic, but tough plastic, molded, whatever you want to call it. No rubber on here, just all plastic. This bit's rubberized, the handle. As we move down, we've got the controls here, so you sort of push that in and then you can turn it on. You see you've got the 3 lights that light up there. That's your speed settings. You hold that down, you've got 1, 2 and 3, and it does remember the setting you've got after you use it and stop using it. So to actually use it, you push that down and then you pull that in, but you can't use it until you push that on, and then it's good to go. So you don't have to push that in every time to use it. If it's on, you can grip it and go. So that's pretty good, nice and easy, not very fiddly, it's fine. Got a thing here for the shoulder strap if you need it, and then a rubberized handle which is comfortable, a bit shorter than the Egos. Standard kind of shaft up until we get to the gearbox and the articulation here. So you pull this down on this one and then you can rotate the cutting blades around, which I'll show you in a minute. This handle is plastic, which is pretty standard. Grease nipples here and here, which is great. Just use the the appropriate grease style gun thing, and then I'll go in there. This is a metal gearbox housing, gasket in there, like all pretty good solid stuff that you'd find on any of the Stihl commercial stuff. I like it, it's good quality. It is a two-handed operation to change the angle of the blades. Generally you can pull this down and sort of shake it sometimes, but mostly you need 2 hands to do it, whereas with the Ego, which is a great plus, it's one-handed operation. So as you can see, moving down, they both got the same kind of sheath. It's just that sort of standard plastic one that covers the blades. It's fine. Double-sided cutting blade. Both got those tip protectors. Very good. Moving down to the Ego, the battery slides in from the back and sort of pushes and clicks in like that. No dramas. Got some fans up here and on the bottom. Keep everything cool. These fans push out here. Sometimes if you're you can feel that on your arm depending on how you're holding this. If you're holding it like this at some kind of angle, then these fans after a while can push out hot air onto your arm, which does actually get quite hot. I've noticed that quite a lot with the line trimmer. But yeah, brushless motors, obviously. Some rubberized, plasticky, tough stuff here. Rubberized handle. Speed controls. Same, you've got 1, 2 and 3. Both of these top speeds is 4,000 cuts per minute, which is great. For this, you just sort of pull it and it kind of initiates and turns on. There isn't sort of a dedicated on-off button. Nice and easy to turn on. You just push that little lever forward like that and pull, and on it comes. Easy peasy. Moving up, this one comes with a D-style handle. Carbon fibre shaft, which is cool, keeps the weight down. Nice rubberized grip here, like that. Bit longer than the Stihl. Continuing up the carbon fibre shaft, and then we've got the business end. So all metal housing, very similar to the Stihl. Both metal and tough, beefy looking things. Although this one you can pull that in and articulate the head, which is great, one-handed operation. And yeah, this one has, I believe that is the grease nipple there, and there, I believe. So 28mm cutting capacity on the bar, on the blades, tooth spacing, and 34mm on the Stihl. So cut through some slightly chunkier stuff potentially on the Stihl. Carbon fibre up here, double-sided cutting blades. Yeah, very nice. So articulation is the most important one for me, I find, with this, is how far can you come out here. So that one comes out there. Let's just put you down a sec, because I can't do this one with one hand. Let's just plonk you there. So the Stihl has a slightly, let's see if we can see that angle. Can you see that? So the Stihl sits slightly lower than the Ego, which I much prefer when I'm hedging. It's just a slight angle out from the hedge. Hopefully you can see that in the video. Ego sits a little bit higher, so which is this angle here is my most important angle, because I'm always hedging. You know, when you're hedging faces, you just have it just angled out slightly rather than flat, and you can get a really nice finish. So I love that about the Stihl, and that's quite an important angle for me. So great stuff. Then we'll just flip through all the other angles so you can see the differences. So number 1, number 2 on there, number 2 on there, so you can see the whole way up. It's just slightly less of an angle. Number 3. Number 3 on the Stihl, and then the last one on the Stihl, which we won't actually stand up, and that one runs out there. So you've got one extra on the Stihl in that angle than you do on the Ego, and then the other way around you've got, so you obviously got flat, which is there, and that's the next angle. Let's see what the Ego is doing. Flat, and the next one very similar, and it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. That's the sort of right angle there. It's very hard to just lean that up against. Can you see that in there? So Stihls goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, 7's the last one, and that's your flat angle. So you've got a little bit more, slightly more clicks, if you like, on the Stihl, and a better angle when you're doing the faces. So yeah, that's a quick look at the Stihl HLA 135K, fully commercial battery-powered hedger, articulating pole hedger, and the Ego STX5300-PA, which is the longer version. They also do a short, like a shorty, which is just the HTX5300-P. I guess the A stands for articulation, pole hedger articulation or something. Anyway, that's a quick look at these two. It's just a chat about them, really. I'll get some footage over the next couple of weeks maybe, and do an update how they run together, stuff like that. But yeah, this is just a little conversation showing you the two machines, and just showing you how they compare. Oh, let's run them, see what that sounds like. I find the Stihl to be considerably smoother. You'll hear it now. So this is the Stihl at full speed, which is kind of the only speed I use really, 4,000 cuts per minute. And then this one is the Ego, same 4,000 cuts per minute. Let's do the Stihl again. So yeah, both brilliant, sort of class leading more or less with the 4,000 cuts per minute on these pole hedgers. But I am going to get hold of the new Husqvarna. Can't remember the model number, but they've got a new, basically one of these with the motor down this end and the same deal up that end. They've got a new one out which is a 4,400 cuts per minute, which I've used. I've got the newer hedgers, the handheld hedgers, which have got the same motor, I'm guessing, in, because they also cut a 4,400, and they've been brilliant. So I think the new one of these pole hedgers from Husky will be absolutely fantastic. So looking forward to getting hold of that, and then I'll compare all three of these. That'll be a fun video, and I'll get some footage of me using all of them as well then, and so you can actually get a bit more of a, a full rounded video. But this was really just a conversation about these. So anyhow, yep, hope that was helpful in some ways. I'll chat to you in the next one. Cheers.